In the dark corners of Australia, hidden under rocks and in quiet abandoned spaces, hundreds of tiny spiderlings hatch from their eggs. They are redback spiders, one of the deadliest in the world. But for the males, their story is far worse than simply being venomous. Because from the moment they are born, their fate is already decided. The life of a male redback begins in a cluster of eggs surrounded by hundreds of siblings. But survival starts here. Many don't even make it past their first few days because the moment they hatch, their own brothers and sisters become their first threat. Cannibalism is common, and only the lucky ones escape their own family hunger. The survivors grow, shedding their skin as they got bigger, but unlike their sister, who are become more powerful hunters, the male are born with far weaker, more fragile body. They will never be strong, they will never be dominant, and they will never truly live for themselves. Their only purpose? To find female and die trying. As the male matures, his life takes a single direction, finding a mate before starving to death. Unlike the females, he does not spin webs to trap prey. He does not build a home, he simply wanders, exposed to the dangers of the outside world. Birds, lizards, and even his own kind hunt him. Every moment of his life is a race against time. If he does not find a female, his body will slowly weaken and he will die alone, forgotten, without ever fulfilling his only purpose. But if he does find one, his suffering has only just begun. When a male redback finally reaches a female's web, he is met with a terrifying reality. The female is massive compared to him, stronger, faster, and fully capable of killing him in an instant. But he has no choice. He approaches carefully, signaling to her with vibration on her web. If she is not in the mood, he dies immediately, torn apart and eaten before he even gets a chance to mate. But if she accepts him, the process is no less horrifying. The male, in a bizarre act of sacrifice, flip himself into her fangs. Mid-mating, he offers his own body to be eaten, allowing her to consume him alive as they reproduce. The more of him she eats, the longer he can transfer his sperm. This ensures she will have the strongest, healthiest offspring possible. And then he dies. There are few males, about 20%, who manage to escape after mating, but their fate is even cruel. They cannot mate again, their energy is drained, and their bodies begin to break down. With no purpose left, they wander aimlessly until they starve to death. Whether they die in the female's hands or alone in the wild, the ending is always the same: death. While the male life ends in a tragedy, the female continues to thrive. She stores his sperm and lays hundreds of eggs, ensuring the next generation will continue the cycle. She can live for years, mating with multiple males, each offering themselves as a meal. For the female, life is long and full of power. For the male, it is brief, desperate, and inescapable. Being born a male redback spider is not a blessing, it's a curse. From birth, he is weaker, disposable, and doomed to die for the sake of reproduction. He has no choice, no freedom, no future. His entire existence serves only one purpose: to be eaten. If you ever think your life is tough, just remember, at least you are born a male redback spider.